Now, listen, you guys. It seems like Foxy Brown, who remembers that Jamaican guy who was talking about, Foxy allegedly gossiping about Nicki Minaj with Spice. It seems like Foxy and Jay Z are very tight nowadays, and Desiree as well. I mean, she's even referring to Des as her sister. I put that in quotes. We're going to discuss about that, and we're also going to be talking about, Demore and Desiree as well. And Advo BBL is going to be going on the Jenifer Hudson show, and we're also going to be talking about Deb Antony. It seems like she cannot get over, working with Nicki Minaj, and we're also going to be discussing about Summer Walker addressing this entire sugar daddy conversation that is going on with her good friend that she decided to bring, out at the VMAs. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the Tea Plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about Foxy Brown. Okay, it was Foxy's birthday, and she decided to let us know the people who came through for her, with this entire situation. Now, we all know that Nicki Minaj is on hiatus right now. She usually does wish Foxy a happy birthday, but we didn't see any of that this year. Now, of course, people are talking in the streets, and some people are saying, well, it must mean that the two of them no longer see eye to eye, with some people also saying that, well, the woman is on hiatus. No one knows what happened behind the scenes. Now, it is also no secret that this year Nicki has been applying pressure in as far as the title swindler is concerned. I'm talking about Jay-Z. She has been calling that man out by name. And when everything was going down, the Sun situation, the fraudulent nation allegedly recall situation, when people were coming through with different allegations, as well as that allegation that, well, he had allegedly done some things to a lady when she was not of age. When everything was going down, and people were kind of calling out the title swindler, Foxy Brown came out here and unprovoked said that, well, listen, he didn't do anything to me. I guess, well, several platforms were now questioning what business did the title swindler have picking up, a girl who's still in high school from school. Like, it didn't make any sense for a lot of people. So I guess people were now speculating that would it be safe to say that, well, something might have transpired between the title swindler and Foxy Brown. Okay. Foxy Brown, however, came through and said, no, he didn't. And he said, that's my brother. Why am I speaking like I'm from Kubala? Who knows about the Kubala kingdom on TikTok? The Northern Kingdom. Oh my God. Sometimes I really do think my mind just goes everywhere. But anyway, back to the subject in question. So that happened, and people said, well, it's kind of insulting for her to come out and say these things, seeing that people are seeking some form of accountability from the title swindler. And people are like, imagine you have this girl in your corner and she's out there co signing how much of a great person Hove is. And, in her imaginary mind, it's still Hove and Foxy Brown. It seems like Foxy Brown might not have realized that Hove has moved on from it being Inga and Hove, and it's now Beyonce and the title swindler, and in that entire picture, yeah, allegedly they don't rate her like that. And the brother even came out also and co-signed, working with Jay-Z. You do know that for some reason a lot of people really do feel like it's an honor to work with this man. Okay, so after that, it seems like they decided to send some flowers to her, and she cannot help but get excited. But one thing about the title swindler, and of course, his sister, I'm talking about, Desiree. One thing about them is they are very calculative. Okay, they don't do just things for free. In one way or the other, you will have to pay. If you think I'm lying, ask Lil Wayne. In one way or the other, there's something in it for them. They can't just come out here and buy you flowers. When they were being super friendly with Nicki Minaj, they were hoping that Nicki would ditch Young Money and come to them. And when that didn't happen, of course, she became an enemy. When they were out there bailing out Lil Wayne, They were targeting that, listen, we might inherit everything that Young Money has. The same can be said for Drake. Once you don't give them what they want, that's when you see their true colors. But when they want something from you, trust me, they will make you feel like you're part of the elite. They will, because you guys do know that a lot of people do believe that they are the elite. And so they will make you like feel like you're part of it. The same way that they're now doing with Foxy Brown. I mean, people have been making fun of Foxy Brown for such a long time right now, and we haven't seen once any of them speak up on her behalf. They don't. But now all of a sudden they are sending flowers. Now, this is what they said. This is what Foxy actually said. I'm sorry. She posted the pictures and said, gorgeous. And it's just flowers, you guys. Really, it's flowers. Um, Foxy. Foxy Brown. It's flowers. And she's acting like she's been gifted, I don't know, a private jet or something. She said, gorgeous with fire emojis. Hove and Des went crazy for my birthday. So fly. Thank you, Des. Foxy, you are way too talented to be doing this. Way, way too talented to be acting like a groupie just because these people sent you a couple of flowers. Like, what is this? Anyway, Foxy Brown went ahead and said, thank you, Hov and Des. Okay. With, of course, the flowers as well. And I'm just like, sis, what is this PR? Now, another interesting part of it was the card. Let me read for you what it read. It said, happy birthday, King Foxy. Let the birthday mark your reclaiming of your throne. Love, sis, Desiree. Now, I do not know which throne Foxy Brown is going to be reclaiming right now. Is she coming back to music? And are they going to be supporting her? What exactly is going on? Is she going to be having a collaboration with Bongo too? Because I could see them doing that maybe. And reclaiming her throne, where did the throne go? And after all these years, Desiree, if you are such a sister, why didn't you make sure that, well, a decade doesn't pass by with your sister not having a throne? Why now? And now I don't know how I feel about this entire notion. I mean, initially when it came out, I was like, oh, I think it's all bogus. When people were like, well, Foxy, after all has been said and done, her loyalty does lie with Hoff. And I guess that's the relationship between Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj as well. So with this one, I'm really conflicted on how to feel about this. But one thing about it is Nicki wasn't hanging with Lil Wayne while she was underage. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, which throne do you think King Foxy is coming back to reclaim? And do you think that she's going to be having some of the female rappers as soldiers to her right hand? Now, if you guys read back into the beef between Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, you will also discover that Foxy was a very, very important factor in that entire fallout between Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. Because for those of you who do not know, it was Foxy who actually told Nicki Minaj that, listen, you're moving all over the town, all over the city, are giving this girl props. Meanwhile, she doesn't like you. And, since then, I guess Nicki had like some form of respect for Foxy for being honest. But that being said, it is also to be noted that Foxy and Lil Kim didn't see eye to eye. Everybody knew that. So, I mean, with everything unfolding, one can only wonder. Okay. And I don't know, hey, gigging over these flowers. I'm just like, listen, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Do you class this as betrayal, or do you look at it as Fox is just being also loyal, mentor, just as other female rappers are loyal to their mentors? Really let me know in the comment section, you guys. I really want to know. Okay, even if we do disagree, even if you have different opinions, just don't be rude to each other in the comment section, but different opinions are absolutely welcome. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about, let us talk about Desiree and Demore. It seems like, well, things are getting insane between the two of them. You guys do know that, well, they've got an ongoing situation where the daughter does feel like the mom is using her power and influence to infiltrate in her private and personal matters with her husband. And I mean, there was footage that even circulated and all of these things. It seems like the situation is still going on. And the daughter seems to not be backing down because, I mean, in a recent response to the proposed sanctions against her, Demore Hadley was out there basically telling the court that, listen, my mom is the one who has lied to this court and she's the one who should be getting, sanctioned. And, she's not backing down. So I'm really, truly interested in seeing what this is going to be like because you do know that the people that have the potential to take you down are those that are close to you. And I do believe that due to her proximity to her mother, she knows a lot of her mother's tactics, which is the reason why she was able to even go forward with this case anyway. So this is just gonna get interesting. But anyway, let me know you guys what you think about Foxy Brown's sister, Desiree, and of course everything that is going on with the daughter. Do you think that at the end justice is going to prevail, or do you think, like as usual, there's gonna be some dirty work somewhere in the mix? Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Deb Antony. One thing Miss Deb is going to make sure of is the fact that, well, she will always say that Nicki raised up the standard, when it comes to her working with females. She always says that she was done working with females when Nicki came along, but her work ethic, that's one thing about Deb. You can tell that, one of the people that she's very proud of having worked with is Nicki Minaj. Probably she's the one she's actually proud of. She's probably the top on her list. That she's probably at the top of her list, in my own opinion, because she will never waste any opportunity to talk about her working with Nicki Minaj. And I'm just like, Miss Deb, we get it. But anyway, I like it when people also do emphasize how much different she has been to other female rappers and how much she is not lazy at all. But let me insert what Deb had to say, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
In your career, who are you most proud of as far as the work that you've done with them in your career?
In my entire career?
I know it's hard to pick because you've worked with some of the greatest of the greats.
Nicki.
Why? Why Nicki?
Her work ethics.
What is her work ethics like?
No, stop. She was an artist that, most artists don't want to go nowhere to the night. They want to smoke weed.
Sure.
They want to go through that. That wasn't her. She up early in the day. She's in the studio, in the gym. She was disciplined the whole while. She worked up against them guys, and they didn't give her no breaks. I remember I said to her one day, you made it very difficult for me to work with another female.
Ooh.
Because I know what women was bringing to the table.
Did you know initially right away she was going to be the superstar that she is today?
I knew she was very talented. I knew she was very determined. Mm-hmm. She was building before she even made it. Before she ever even signed to Wayne, she was already building.
Well, there you heard that. Speaking about Nicki Minaj, Miss Deb is not the only one that was gushing over working with Nicki Minaj. It does seem like in the music industry, what they try to suppress is the fact that people really do rate Nicki Minaj like that. People really do see how much distinguished she is from her peers because they were trying to play out here asking, oh my God, who is the queen of rap and all of these things. And it's ridiculous, some of the people that they do try to put side by side with Nicki Minaj to make a comparison. You cannot. It absolutely doesn't make any sense. So, Zeddy Will was out there, talking about why Nicki Minaj has been and still is the queen of New York, and everything that he says is nothing but the truth. Okay, the things, these are the things that the media doesn't want you to remember about this woman. So they will come up with any and every other thing to distract you from the facts, the pure facts that no one is out there writing as she does, putting in the work as she does. No one is as witty as her, if we're going to be honest, when it comes to the female rappers. And they don't want you to talk about this. But anyway, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this. Let me insert what he had to say, in fact, and then I will catch you after that.
New York. So I think the queen of New York is Nicki Minaj. And I say Nicki because she's been able to, still for all these years, come back, sell arenas out. She just did MSG, twice back to back. Her fan base is still crazy to this day. She got all the hit records. The numbers don't lie. I'm going Nicki. I don't need that much time. See, he had 40 seconds. I'm going 25. It's Nicki. Mine is Nicki. On the spot.
Well, there you heard that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about, Advo BBL. It seems like Advo BBL has decided to do her rollout at the Jenifer Hudson show. Now, am I surprised that she would go that route? Absolutely not. I feel like their chemistry is going to be absolutely amazing. That's what I think, because Jenifer is going to be like, so I heard that you have another baby. How do you feel about that? And she will probably I think they're gonna have amazing chemistry, because those interviews have absolutely no depth sometimes, and I'm just looking like, what is going on? Like, what is this? I think they're gonna have so much fun, and I've noticed that people that are standoffish with a certain somebody, usually they're very cool with that other somebody, and their chemistry is gonna be amazing. I can't deny that. I do feel like they will resonate and vibe in the same frequency. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Speaking about her being desperate, did you see her entire shoot for Galore with her friend Tokyo? And people were like, this is who she's trying to look like. And at this point, I just do not know how many faces she has. I think now I understand why Ashley is out there calling her 11 faces, because she has got plenty of them. And if you have any doubts, look at this rollout. In one picture, she's looking like this person. In another picture, she's channeling that person. At this point, I do not know who has identity issues more, herself or Lottery Ticket. I mean, at least Lottery Ticket is being consistent right now. The only person that she has on her mood board is Ice Spice. That's determination. That's dedication. I will give her flowers. And I love Lottery Ticket that well. She doesn't replicate or copy people randomly, like today she's looking like this person. No, 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 no. If she's fixated on one person, that's where all her dedication is. So there is no confusion. You remember the era where she was obsessed with Rennie? She was doing Rennie, and I love that about her. One person at a time. At least we can follow. When it comes to the transformer, I really cannot follow, because you're transforming literally every single day into this, that in one era, and it's still. I mean, at this point, I'm confused with the rollout, with the Am I the drama? It started with flying birds. Now we are wearing pink fur and standing roadside barefoot. I cannot follow. Like, really, it's hard to follow. But the baiting of Nicki Minaj is interesting. The sudden obsession with pink is crazy. She always had made it seem like red is her color, but now I'm just like, girl, even your team, at least, they should spare you some shame. I mean, we do know that shame is not your forte, but I mean, the team cannot be that cruel. Why are you doing this to this girl, Elliot Grange's son? Oh, no, it's Lucian Grange's son, Elliot. Elliot, why are you doing this to the Transformer? It's not nice. Anyway, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about Summer Walker. Summer Walker is out there addressing the sugar daddy situation. It seems like people are convinced that her good friend is her sugar daddy. And some people are even reprimanding her, saying that, listen, you do not need this, okay? You don't need a man taking care of you because you can hold your own, blah, 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 and all of this. And I'm just like, listen, sprinkle, sprinkle all the way. Look at me giving you advice that I don't even use myself. I mean, sprinkle it all the way. A whole confetti, baby. So I'm not mad at Summer if that's what she's decided to do. I mean, we have seen her countless times. She tried. You guys cannot hold it against her to say that she didn't try with men that look like her. She really did try, but it didn't work. So there is no harm in trying. Confetti, confetti. Anyway, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this. Do you think that there should be any judgment towards Summer's way for her recent good friend? I put that in quotes. Or do you think that women should be able to go where the love is? What do you think about that? And I saw people also bringing up that, well, it seems like there are double standards when it comes to black men versus the women, because women are allowed and no one judges them, but on the other hand, if men decide to date out of, it seems like people will judge them. But I will say that the difference is, I've seen a lot of this topic that I'm starting now. Oh my goodness, I don't want fights in the comment section. I think let me stop here because I can see it being chaos in the comment section. But I will say that I've noticed that when the men date outside their they begin to talk down on black women. But the women, even when they date outside their they don't talk trash about the man. They don't. I don't. Do they? Thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. I'm really glad to be back here on YouTube. Really, you guys have got no idea. This is like an outlet for me, so I enjoy doing this, and I feel like I'm not drowning in that other life of mine, ways or figures. So I really love this. So do not forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Do not forget to let me know in the comment section or Instagram other topics that I might have missed. And yeah, I will definitely cover it. Right now I'm back, and I'm back with full force, and I'm back. Until my next one, see you.